I'm Josh.
I'm Tash.
And we're at VidCon Australia. And you're watching what I'm doing right now.
Today is VidCon Day 2.
They are arriving at Richmond.
But today, before we head to VidCon, we gotta go to a donut shop. What's it called?
Oh, I don't know. It's just this truck that's at Big Market.
We're going to a donut truck. This is back where the night market was that I visited on my first evening in Melbourne. So I guess this is the day market. It's got a bit of a different vibe. It feels more like a day market and less like a night market. But we're here at the donut kitchen. And what do I need to get?
Jam donuts.
Jam donuts. Ooh. Hello, I'll take 5 of the jam donuts.
Easy. $6, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
You too. That's pretty good. 4 stars. So now that I've finished those donuts, you know what I could go for? A good burger. Hey, Victoria University is rated 5 stars for nursing. Dang. Something is combusted. This place called Grilled was recommended to me by several people on Twitter. When you order food, they give you a little token and you choose which of these jars to put it in. Each jar gives money to a specific cause. So there's Muscular Dystrophy Australia, Life's Little Treasures Foundation, and the Royal Children's Hospital Bioethics Center. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this one. I had the mighty Melbourne. They advertised themselves as being healthy burgers, and there was something about it that tasted healthy. I don't know if the bread was just more wheaty, more bran-like than I'm used to, but it was still pretty good. I think I'd give that place 4 stars. This is the bike in the river that we were looking at yesterday, but actually there's more than one bike in the river. I don't know if you can see that. Earlier today, Simon on Twitter sent me a picture of what it looked like when the water level was lower. Dog right there that was carrying a very big stick. Oh, there he goes. Or her. It. I don't know what that dog is. VidCon seems like it's winding down now. I succeeded in going to no panels today, but, you know, I had some good conversation with some good people. That's what VidCon's all about, for me at least. How was your day, Pim?
My day was good. Got to meet up with Jack. I went to lots of panels.
Pim has some eggs.
I brought eggs around VidCon. This is not a joke. I literally needed to buy eggs.
So you've just been carrying them around all day?
Yep. I hope they're still okay. They might be scrambled by the time we get back home.
Over there we've got Duncan and Valerie and Travis. There was some kind of group picture that was meant to have happened, and I think maybe it happened without us. There was a bit of commotion happening over there, but I thought it was just, you know, VidCon screaming. Now thinking about it, did happen at the time that they said it was going to happen.
You guys were just sitting here sleeping and not paying attention.
Good job.
I was not sleeping.
I was.
You had your eyes open.
Mentally, I was sleeping. Yeah.
There's double vlog action happening. Triple vlog. Now it's vlogception.
I've made a new friend named Toby,
Hi everyone.
who has very long hair.
Indeed.
And you were saying that when people would sort of taunt you about it, make fun of you, you would say that you were going to grow it out to your knees, and now if it's not in a braid, it does reach your knees.
I've always had it long. I haven't had a haircut for probably 10 years, but once when I was little, my mum sort of tricked me into getting a trim. And at the hairdressers, I was so upset that I was getting a trim that I asked them to save me the hair, and they picked it up off the floor and put it in a little sealed bag for me, and I kept it at home. I was like, Mum, look what you've done to me.
So at some point, theoretically, it's gonna start hitting the ground, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'll go to my ankles. I'll taunt people until then. They might get so upset that I might have to accept one of these offers to shave it off.
Apparently somebody offered her $10,000 if she would shave her head.
On YouTube, so I sometimes make sort of long hair videos. Get this sort of strange comments that come along with it, and one of them offering me to shave it. So that was $10,000. Any higher bids may be considered.
Like, did he want to get that?
No, they did not.
Is that what he was asking?
Oh, that's creepy.
I think if someone offered me $10,000 for my hair, I would not care what creepy thing they wanted to do with it. I'd be like, yes, please. You make YouTube videos.
Yes.
Where can people go to find that?
My channel name's Tibbies, Tibees.
About physics.
Mainly physics. I'm a physics PhD student that occasionally combines science with hair.
I can't think of a better slug line than that, so there you go. Bye, Valerie. Bye. 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 Bye, bye, bye. We've come to the Merriwell, and they have a burger that is called the Yellow and Black. So obviously, I had to get that one. Salted caramel milkshake, yes please. Here's the black and yellow burger, trying to stay on brand. I don't normally go for burgers that have barbecue sauce on them, so I think because of that, this one's only coming in at 3 stars, but I still like it. I'm not disappointed that I tried it. Okay, I don't remember how much I explained yesterday about this, but Chris Lieben was supposed to drive down here this weekend, and then he and I were gonna road trip back to Sydney on Monday and Tuesday. It turns out that Chris hurt his neck, so he's not able to turn his head, and thus he's not allowed to drive. So today I've been trying to figure out how to get myself back to Sydney in a fun and adventurous way. And the plan that is hatched at this table so far is that some of my newfound friends from this evening, we've got Toby and Simon, currently looking into whether they are able to change their plans such that all 3 of us together can rent a car and drive that car to Canberra, which I guess is the capital of Australia. So I'm told there are monuments, which are always fun to film. This is Simon looking at how much it's going to cost to change his flight home to go out of Sydney instead of Melbourne. What have you found so far?
It's $80 plus fare difference, so now I'm looking at what the fare difference is.
But I'm sponsoring him on the trip.
He wants me to come, so I'm looking into it.
How do you feel about all this, Pim?
I'm just very tired.
So it'll be about $250, I think, to make this happen.
Okay, so we found a car that was not obscenely expensive. I booked it for tomorrow morning at 11. We are planning to road trip to Canberra tomorrow, which is the capital, as I said, of Australia. It's about a 7-hour drive with no stops. Hopefully we'll stop a few times.
Hopefully you'll see some kangaroos.
Hopefully I'll see some kangaroos. I have an offer for a place to sleep, actually 2 offers in Canberra. Toby said that I could sleep on her floor, or I met another guy named Victor who is French, who also lives in Canberra, and he said that I could stay at his place. He has a guest bedroom with a king-sized bed and an ensuite bathroom. Dang. We still have to see if we can put this drone back together. This is the piece that got super glued. It feels reasonably solid. This thing's not super heavy, so I imagine that should work, maybe? We'll see. Pim has taken command of the drone repair. As an engineering student, I trust you more than I trust me. We've run into a problem wherein the hex screw that we were using has become worn down and unable to unscrew things anymore, which is a problem when you're trying to open up a drone. I'm attempting to sand this down so we can get to the part that isn't worn down anymore by rubbing this on the ground outside. All right, so sanding this thing down didn't work. I'm about to employ the nuclear option, which is to super glue this thing into this to get the screw out, and then hope that I can later use acetone to get the screw off. If there's one time during this trip that I need to be able to use this drone, it's tomorrow, which is why I feel so strongly about trying to fix this tonight. This may end poorly, but at least I will have tried. What we don't want to do is super glue the screw into the drone. Okay, this super glue thing just didn't work. Nothing happened. So we found this thing on the internet that said you could maybe do it with a rubber band. So I guess we're gonna see what happens with this. So nothing's working. I think it might be time to throw in the towel for this evening. There's a hardware store called Bunnings that opens at 6 a.m., but to get there at 6, we'd have to leave here shortly after 5 a.m., which means getting up at about 4:45 or 4:50. And it is now, what time?
Almost 2.
Almost 2. So I don't know how effective this is gonna be, but I'm gonna try setting an alarm. Guess we'll see what happens tomorrow.